Evening Hall, it's Tuesday evening. My dad and I were both having a beer and we're discussing alcohol. And my dad's telling me about the day he once drank a bottle of whiskey. How did that happen, Dad?
We'd beaten Castleford on Boxing Day at Featherstone, and they always put a do on at the baths, and the fact that we'd beaten them, the committee were all in the entrance place where you paid your money when you went in for a swim or whatever.
Is this Lister Baths in Featherstone?
Yeah.
Bottom of Station Lane, turn right, Lister Baths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we turned up there were all the committee were having a whale of a time, and they'd all got bottles of whatever they fancied in there, behind the cashing desk.
Can I just check? So the swimming pool, they covered it over with deckings?
Wood, yeah.
So they put wood struts across.
Yeah, and turned it into a dance hall.
So okay. So anyway, you're at the Lister swimming baths, you've just beat Cass on Boxing Day, and...
We were celebrating, and the committee, I can't remember the names, Jepson were one of them.
Yeah. Anyway, tell me about this bottle of whiskey.
And they were all in this particular, with all the types of drink and brandy that they wanted. So two of us got into the room.
What, the committee room?
Yeah, no, it was the entrance to the baths, where you paid your money and where the entrance, if you paid your money to go in to swim, then you did it through turnstiles.
Okay.
And through the turnstiles...
So you got your hands on a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah.
And drank the lot?
Yeah.
While dancing all night?
Yeah.
And how did you get home?
That was the funny thing. At that time I had a ex-post office van, were driving in it, and I drove it there. And obviously the limits on what you could drink, and this would be 1950 to 1960, but more 1950ish. And I'd taken the post office van to the baths with Betty, and somebody volunteered to take me home, but volunteered to take me to Nottingley, not Featherstone where I lived. They said, you and your wife can come and stay with us in Nottingley.
About 6 miles away?
Yeah. And I can't remember. I laid it back at van, and Betty probably sat in front. But I got there and they put me to bed. But a female that was there present wanted to come and get into bed with me. And according to, I can't remember any of it, but according to my wife, Betty, she got into bed with me, we did the necessary, and she finished up pregnant and went to Australia. Always assuming and blaming me for giving her a child. What are you doing with this?
Well, I was videotaping it, and then I'm realising, Dad, that what you've just said, because we were talking about drinking and saying how I really struggle now after 3 or 4 pints. And you say you've never drunken 5 pints, but you have drunken a bottle of whiskey. Yeah. And then told me a story about Featherstone swimming baths and something that happened that, wow.
No record of, this is what my wife accused me of. And this is one of the things that she accuses me even today.
In other words, she makes you feel guilty. She
Yeah.
bullies you. She
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
something you've no recollection of.
No.
The
not
only thing
whatsoever.
you remember is beating Cass on Boxing Day,
Yeah.
and then ever since your wife has been using that to beat you up and make you feel horrible about yourself at times.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what you're doing with that story, but I don't want it to